So, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unicorn Battle Southeast Asia and Oceania. My name is Lena Evtushenko. I'm head of Startup Battle Asia. Also, let me introduce my colleague Anna Fedorova, and I'm CEO of Unicorn Battles. Anna, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lena. This is really great to be in the spring in Southeast Asia and Oceania, where this summer is always. And we are here for the Southeast Asia and Oceania Unicorn Battle. The winner of the region will join us for the Unicorn Cup, which will be in 2 weeks away. And thanks to our sponsors, Platinum sponsor Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, Golden sponsor Network VC California Seed Fund, and silver sponsor VC House. We are here today for our Unicorn events. We have been doing our events all over the world, and this spring, everyone is welcome to join us for the finals on May 13th. Mark the date in your calendar. The best startups, the winners of the unicorn battles from all over the world will be there. Top investors and angel investors will be there as well. So you are all invited. And not to miss out any great innovation, check out our YouTube channel. Please be sure to subscribe because we are starting their new format with the little interviews with the top VCs, with the hints from the startups, how to be successful, how to raise funds from investors, how to approach investors, how to approach new markets, and be sure to subscribe. There you can see also our live broadcasting. We are doing our events for 12 years already, have done more than 250 of them and scan all the countries of the world there are. And just in case that we haven't been to your city or country, contact us because we are helping startup ecosystem really great. Just look at the numbers. Our winners have raised already more than 300 million from our investors. We do not stand in the middle. We give out our contacts and make great interest. So join our events to help your startup to be a really great business. Our VC community keeps constantly growing. If you know any VC who would like to be part of our community, just get us intro and we will be happily follow up. We are doing our events all over the world. And if we haven't been to your city or country, as I said, please contact me directly and we'll talk about it a little more because we are really happy for you to be our partner and do unicorn pitches with us, where local startups meet not only local investors, but investors from all over the world. And this is our passion, to build new ecosystems to help everyone to get connected. Please welcome Startup.Network, the heart of our ecosystem, a meeting place and a marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and all other professional VC and startup ecosystem players. Network VC is a seed fund, sci-fi acceleration program. Unicorn.Events is the world's largest online startup pitch contest. VC House is a closed community for the VCs where they can share deals they invest in. Network Investments is a meeting point for investment bank startups and businesses. And Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is a special structure that allows business angels to invest into the best startups with small checks through syndicate deals. If you are a VC or a business angel, please contact us. We will invest together. If you have a great deal, share it with us. We will support you. If you are a startup, please explore our ecosystem because there are many opportunities you can find to help yourself. And we will be ready to assist you. If you are fundraising, be sure to let us know about this and we will support you with the money. If you are a partner, you're always welcome to be a part of our constantly growing partners network. We have partners in more than 100 countries of the world, and we would like to explore more the synergies between you and us. Please contact me directly or our event managers, and we will be surely to follow up. And right now, I'm passing the floor to our wonderful hosts for today, Lena and Kate. Tell us, please, why we are here today. Who will we see?
Thank you, Anna. First of all, we would like to give many thanks to our partners for this enormous support for our event. Today they represent many Asia countries, India, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, and be sure that they can help you to funding and to fundraise. So check their websites and social media to find these opportunities. By the way, the representatives of this organization and funds will also be today on the jury board, so you can stay in touch with them in future in person. So how we are going to move on? Now each judge will say a few words about him or herself. Then we will listen a pitch session of the top 10 startups from the Asia and Oceania. And after the jury voting is done, we will find out who was able to catch the last train of this season and who will take part in the upcoming Unicorn Cup on May 13. And at the end of the event, we will have a networking part where you can hear some insights about VC investments during pandemic times, and we hope in a new normal, and can discuss with our judges some topics related to your practice. So I wish you a good time with us. Please, let's start.
Okay, yeah, Kate, before we will, thank you, Kate, thank you, girls. So before we will start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered their valuable time to our event today. Dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geographical location of startups you invest in. Please, Alexander Soroka, our CEO.
Hello, Lena.
The stage is yours. Welcome.
Hello and welcome to our Unicorn Battle. Our funds, our seed fund and our syndicate fund usually invest up to 500K. We are industry agnostic and we are geographically agnostic today already, and prefer to invest in late seed or round A. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alexander. Great to have you with us today. So, who would like to be the next one, guys?
Since my photo is next to Alexandra, I'll go. You have a typo on my last name. It's Y-U-N-G, not Y-A-N-G, Stephen Young. So when I work in the US, my secretary would say Young without the O. Okay. I'm based out of Hong Kong, and I've been sort of working, connecting capital, ideas, and people throughout the world, and Hong Kong being Asia's world city. So there are just a lot of money looking for idea, a lot of idea looking for money. And my job has always been trying to make that happen. I'm currently working on the fintech and doing an IPO at NASDAQ. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Welcome. Okay, so next one, please, guys.
I can go.
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Nadav. I'm a managing partner at Kukaman. We are an investment house based in Israel. We have two main instruments. One, we have in-house VC. We invest in more late stage tech company in Israel. We've been the single VC invested in the largest ever Israeli exit, Mobileye, $15 billion sold to Intel. Next, and we have now two portfolio companies that are going to a SPAC. And we have next to that an investment banking. We have the most active investment banking team that was originated in Israel. We do life science, mobility, have renewable energies and TMT. And there's another new deep tech fund that is doing more early stage, between 1 to 3 million. Our focus is, of course, Israel, but we can also look outside.
It's your first battle with us, yes?
Welcome, welcome. Okay.
Yeah, I can go next.
Yes, please.
My name is Nick Lausen, managing partner of Lausen from Sweden. We are an Asia-focused expansion investment firm, which means that we only invest in in companies that we can expand in particular China, but also Asia. We have 2 funds, currently 9 active expansion projects in China. We invest in healthcare, biotech, industry 4.0, new energy, media and technology. Check size, agnostic. We don't have any LPs as it's family money. Yeah, looking forward to seeing the exciting pitches today. And yeah, please reach out if the China expansion is of interest. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. Welcome.
I can go ahead.
Yes, please.
Thanks. I'm Anil from Unicorn.Events. We are India-based fund. We are in our second fund. We invest in technology companies anywhere around $1 to $2 million, and then go up to 8 to 10 mil. Currently, we have a portfolio of 25 companies, and we also have a small fund in UK where we have another portfolio of 7 companies. Glad to be part of this series. Thank you very much.
Glad to see you, Anil.
Yeah, my name's Gary Fowler, and I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. It's good to see some friendly faces here today. I've done 17 companies, 2 unicorns, original management team at Click Software, an Israeli company that was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion about 26 months ago, and also Eva.ai. I'm the CEO, president, and co-founder of GSD, Get You Done Venture Studios. We're a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in Santa Clara, California. And it's great to be here today and great to see, again, some familiar faces.
Thank you, Gary. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome again. Yeah. So, who would like to be the next one?
I can go next.
Yeah, yes, please.
Hi, I'm Hillary Brainerd from Blue Chili. Blue Chili is a venture studio and innovation group, empowering people anywhere to solve society's greatest challenges with technology. We've built more than 160 startups and delivered innovation programs to some of APAC's leading corporations and global brands, and we're headquartered in Australia.
Thank you, Hillary. Welcome. Okay.
I can go next.
Yes, please.
My name is Daniel. I represent New Industry Ventures. This is a very large corporate VC based out of Russia. We have a few huge corporates behind us. And we invest checks between $600,000 to $6 million in Industry 4.0, oil and gas tech. We invest globally, and we position ourselves as a strategic investor, so we open the Russian market to startups. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Welcome. Would like to be the next one?
My name is Jamal Akkad. I head Tamkeen CSP of Dubai. We focus on rehabilitating defaulted projects for equity within the GCC country, mainly UAE and Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Jamal. Welcome. Okay, next one, please.
I can go next.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm Seamus Crawford, work at VU Venture Partners, but currently based out of Hong Kong. We're a multi-stage investment fund, which is focused primarily on seed through Series B in our initial check. Quite active in the markets. We have 45 portfolio companies. We usually try to make 3 to 5 investments per quarter. Our initial check size is between 100K to $1 million. And then we usually reserve up to $10 million per company for follow-on investments. We have offices in San Francisco, New York, Hong Kong, and we're a generalist fund, so we focus on 5 core verticals: consumer, enterprise, fintech, healthcare, and frontier. We even have some advanced AI, robotics, and space investments in our portfolio. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice to see you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. Would like to be the next one? Yes, please, guys.
Oh, I can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, name's Oscar. I'm a partner in SSB. We're a global venture capital fund. Last year, we were the most active early stage investor in the world with over 150 direct investments into startups. I'm based in Shanghai, where I'm leading some of the enterprise software and B2B investments of the firm. So in terms of investing, I look at companies everywhere in the world that are leveraging different types of technologies on the software stack across multiple industries. The sweet spot for investment is companies that already have product ready, they have initial POCs, or if we're talking about SME, they have initial revenue, and they are working on their expansion, working on the next level. So typical companies that we invest are raising $2 to $5 million, and we work very closely with them through a direct investment, and then we take these companies through an acceleration process to help them optimize their product, optimize their growth engine, and then drive additional resources to help them scale faster.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Welcome.
Yep, good to be here today.
Okay. So, who would like to be the next one? John?
Yes.
Hi.
Everyone. Thank you so much, Kate, Anna, and Alex. Thank you so much for inviting me. How's everyone going? Hope all your families, friends staying safe. And actually, today is a national holiday in Japan. I told my family to wait until I finish being the judge. For all my families know about unicorn battles, because every week, I'm addicted to attend this. So I'm very happy to see everybody's familiar face and new friends. My name is Crazy John Kojiro Moriwaka. I'm a visiting professor of 2 universities teaching entrepreneurship, and belong to 2 angel groups in Silicon Valley. Life Science Angels, we focus on medtech, digital health, and also member of Harvard Business School Alumni Angels in Northern California. I couldn't go back to US, so I'm staying in Japan. And but I just became a mentor of 500 startups in Silicon Valley, being mentor of Alchemist Accelerator, and also mentoring a startup coming to Japan, market entry, called JAMA Accelerator. We helping a German medtech startups coming to Japan. Also, B Accelerator is a Taiwanese medtech acceleration program. And also, I'm a mentoring of many startups coming to Japan entry by Startup Bootcamp Scale Osaka. So hope to meet all of you. And also, I'm an official columnist of Forbes Japan. So I haven't interviewed anybody from here. Actually, I interviewed Gary for another column for it's coming up next month. So please feel free to contact me on LinkedIn. I love to interview you, and I make you famous in Japan. And also, let's talk on Clubhouse as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, who would like to?
Yep.
Yes,
I think I'll go next. Okay, my name is Sergey. I'm a managing partner of Morphosis Capital Partners. We're headquartered in Singapore with the offices in Bangkok and Hong Kong. Our check size is up to usually 1 mil. So actually, basically, we go up to Series B, but we can go even beyond with a couple of partners because we partnered with a couple of family offices in Southeast Asia. Our interests are in Southeast Asia, Europe, and we're currently expanding to US. So we are a bit of industry agnostic, but we focus mostly on digital products and edtech, health tech, fintech. So you're welcome to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sergey. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Walid Al-Bashir. I'm a tech entrepreneur and investor in Dubai. And we focus in mobility, IoT, and in this Industry 4 solution, bringing knowledge transfer and innovation to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and GCC as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, next one, please. Yes, please, guys. Anybody else?
Hi, everyone. This is Nirjor from Bangladesh Angels. We're the first and largest angel network in Bangladesh. Sector agnostic, looking at anything between $50,000 to $500,000, but really between $100,000 and
250 is kind of our sweet spot. At the same time, we've got concentrations of people and members in places like London and the US, and so we're increasingly interested in those markets. Bangladeshis are one of the biggest ethno-linguistic groups in the world, 300 million people worldwide, and so if you're looking to access that market, certainly happy to talk, and good luck to everyone in the room.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Okay. Would like to be the next? Yeah, please.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Amandeep Singh, and I can see so many familiar faces. Interesting. So I'm based out of Tokyo, and as Moriwaka-san said, Japan is closed today, but we follow manufacturing calendar. I'm from Honda, so we are working today, right? So, but yeah, so a little bit about Honda. So I'm overseeing our Honda Accelerator Southeast Asia, India, Australia, New Zealand partnership. And we are focusing energy, mobility, safety. So if you guys are working in some deep tech or B2C in energy, safety, or mobility, so please feel free to reach me out. And pretty excited, thanks.
Thank you so much, welcome.
You are in Japan?
Amandeep, this question?
Yeah, I'm in Tokyo. Yeah, I'm in Tokyo, Moriwaka-san.
You are in Tokyo?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's connect.
The background is Toyosu.
Yeah, okay.
So my background is Toyosu.
Nice.
Anybody else, guys? Okay. So I think let's continue. And before we'll start the hottest part of our event today, let me explain you some details about our voting system today. So dear judges, to start voting, you have just to click the link you have got on mail, and you will be redirected to the event page. You have to scroll the page to startup section, and you will see the logos and marks beneath. You have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. So you have just to put marks without any confirmation buttons, and you could change marks before the voting will be closed. If you need any help, please let us know in chat. Our support team can advise you. And our next information for our dear attendees. You have a great opportunity to support participants. You can register at our event page and give your like to a favorite startup. They need your support today. That's all from my side, and Kate explains some other details for startups, and we will start.
I just remind that each founder will have 3 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for Q&A session. We recommend not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting all over the world, and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. For this reason, you can use private chat or public chat here on Zoom and answer questions related to fundraising. So let's not waste time, I think. Please meet our first startup, by the way, from Japan.
Hello, yes.
Laura?
Prepare to share my slides.
Just a moment, no. Try again, share screen, please.
Okay. Can you see my slides okay?
Yeah, now it's okay. You can start.
All right. Okay, so I'll get started. So hello, my name is Laura, and I'm one of the founding members of the Japanese startup Ginkan. We're based in Tokyo, and our services are currently focused in growing in Japan, but we're hoping to expand globally starting next year and in the future. So here at Ginkan, we run SynchroLife, a social restaurant discovery service with AI recommendations and cryptocurrency rewards. We're a digital marketing platform for restaurants, helping to transform the industry using big data and a token economy. So restaurants have a lot of problems because restaurant owners want to focus on their main business, running the restaurant and making great food, but they can't do that unless they have customers. But restaurants struggle with a lack of customer data, analog loyalty marketing, and limited time and resources to invest in new technology. But SynchroLife can help with this. SynchroLife is free for restaurants to join with no upfront or monthly costs. Restaurants only pay 5% commission on the sales they get from SynchroLife, making it risk-free. And SynchroLife allows restaurants to use a CRM service with zero resources. It's all automated. They just set it up once and it's good to go. With SynchroLife, restaurants can digitalize all kinds of sales and marketing tools like point rewards using cryptocurrency, as well as coupons and stamp cards and more. So how it works is when a diner comes to the restaurant, they scan a QR code at checkout and then they're entered into the restaurant's database. Restaurants can then encourage repeat visits and turn one-time customers into regulars with a variety of rewards like cryptocurrency cash back and coupons based on how many times you visit the restaurant. In regards to our current traction in Japan, since launching our restaurant service in 2019, we have over 1,100 restaurant partners with almost zero churn. The service is currently available in all of Japan, and we've also done a global soft launch. However, we are also planning a more serious expansion abroad in the future. You're probably thinking, like, restaurant industry in a global pandemic, how are you guys doing? But no worries. So although our sales did dip some, we've actually seen a great growth in partner restaurants because the pandemic has shown restaurants how important loyalty marketing is. You can offer big discounts to get people to come in once, but building a loyal customer base is what's most important for successful restaurants, especially at times like this. So in Japan, we work with a wide variety of major companies and brands, including national shopping malls and sports teams, as well as major banks and credit card companies, including Mitsui Sumitomo Card. And our long-term vision is to become a comprehensive platform for the restaurant industry. So on the user side or the consumer side, our social media service SynchroLife allows consumers to earn those cryptocurrency rewards and cash back I was talking about, and then they can exchange that for gift cards to use at restaurants, convenience stores, and other places all throughout Japan. And they also get AI personalized recommendations and have a social platform to chat with other restaurant lovers. Speaking of our team, we have about 16 full-time members, and our CEO and CTO are both serial entrepreneurs, and our CEO actually has over 10 years of experience in the restaurant industry. We have a small but international and growing team here in Tokyo.
Sorry,
So
time is over.
Hi, yeah, thank you all.
So much for a great pitch, and let's start our Q&A session.
Hi, Natalie. Hi, Natalie. Great presentation. Two questions from my side. This is Nirjor. One is, noticed you weren't in the deck with the team, so just curious about your role in the company. And second, what has been harder for you, onboarding restaurants or onboarding customers?
Hi, so I'm one of the founding members, and I'm kind of a marketing and PR lead right now, but I'm not a C-class founder, I guess. That's why I wasn't in the main deck. And when it comes to restaurants or users, it's actually kind of a chicken or egg situation. But recently, as restaurants have learned the importance of digital marketing, I would say it's harder to onboard average customers than get restaurants. However, the more restaurants we actually get new app users also through the restaurants, because the restaurants have signs in the store saying, hey, sign up for our point service, sign up for our loyalty service. And we get most of our app users coming through our restaurant clients.
Hello, I'm from Hong Kong. Are you cash flow positive?
Not yet.
How long would it take? How much money are you burning?
I would have to double check with that, but I can get back with you via email.
Okay.
Much. Any other questions?
I'll just ask quickly about your revenue model, just a little bit more detail about that. And then you said you had 1,100 restaurants with no churn. What are your revenues right now?
So our revenue is we get 5% of commission sales from restaurants. So that varies month to month. I can't, we haven't announced it publicly, so I don't really want to say it on this public stream, but I can get to you by email and send you details if you're interested.
Hi, I have a question. Do you have an intention to exist in other markets, and to what extent your application is flexible in terms of customization and serving in other markets outside of Japan?
Yeah, so right now for about the next year, we're focusing on growing in Japan, but we're very interested in expanding into other parts of East Asia or perhaps Southeast Asia, where there may be markets in restaurants with similar pain points that we believe we could address. And specifically, we're kind of looking at South Korea, Taiwan, Malaysia, and some other areas like that. And our app is very flexible. You know, obviously a lot of localization will be needed for different markets, as kind of the dining market is different in every country. But, you know, if we decide to go into a market, we are fully committed to making adjustments and customization as needed per market.
Do you have a delivery within your offering? Do you have a delivery service within your offering, or this is only for dining? This is my first question. My second question, 5% seems to be a bit on the lower end. As we can see here in Dubai, they deliver their Delivery Hero and a couple of Uber Eats and a couple of other brands, which are like charging up to 15%. But again, this became a sort of a burden on the restaurant. So some of the restaurants right now, they're having a rate for the online app ordering and a rate when you order by the phone. So how would you mitigate this? And my last question would be, what is the differentiator you're bringing? I can see that the loyalty point based on crypto could be an interesting point, but what sort of differentiation you're bringing by your product? As you can see, there is major consolidation in this market right now.
Yeah, so
experts need to be on chat because time has gone. It's 7
okay.
minutes.
I'll send it on the public chat here in just a moment then.
Sorry about it. So the next one is Host Kitchen. Said, are you ready?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. I hope you guys can see the screen.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you. Hey everyone, this is Syed. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ghost Kitchen Bangladesh. Basically, we are a tech-enabled internet restaurant or cloud kitchen marketplace, and we exist to empower over 60,000 restaurants, starting with Bangladesh. Bangladesh is the second largest South Asian economy, and is set to become one of the largest economy in the world by 2035. So basically, we are solving two main problems. One is there are a lot of physical restaurants who wants to expand their network, but they don't have the, basically to get economies of scale, but they don't have the, obviously the capital resources. On the other hand, there are a lot of guys who are opening up cloud kitchens, but they don't have the knowledge in terms of food and branding and tech to make that venture successful. So what we do is we have established something called the GKB network, where we connect those restaurants who wants to expand with those guys who got resources, who got the kitchens. And then again, we connect those kitchens with the guys who delivers, for example, Uber Eats. So we don't have Uber Eats in Bangladesh anymore, but we have notable companies like Alibaba has recently invested in food delivery in Bangladesh. So we manage the whole GKB network using two softwares that we have built ourselves. One is the Kitch OS, which basically automates the whole kitchen process for our fulfillment partners, let's say kitchen partners. On the other hand, we have another platform that is also built by our own team. It's a commission-free online ordering system that helps our brand partners to get orders. And this is where we sit in the market, in the whole food delivery network. We sit in the middle and control the whole network. This market, food delivery, is only 84 million USD at this point. However, it has huge potential to grow given that Bangladesh has almost 200 million population. So our target is by 2024, our target is to get at least 19% market share. And that would lead to a GMV of 16.5 million USD by 2024. And we have mainly two revenue model. One is kitchens that is owned by us. So that is our own kitchen. And on top of that, like I've mentioned before, we also have fulfillment partners. So we take a 5% commission on the GMV that our fulfillment partners generates. So this is our plan to grow. We have a target, as I've mentioned before. And so in order to reach 16.5 million USD, our target for this year is 267,000 USD in GMV. Next year, 1.4, followed by 6.6 after. So how we are going to do that? Basically, in order to reach that revenue target, our main focus would be to increase the brand partners and increase the kitchen partners. That's what actually our source of revenue is. So this is our brand plan for the next 5 years. We have the whole roadmap, which brand we're going to launch at what time. So this is our brand. On top of that, we're going to have brand partners also. So we are playing in the both route. So we have our own brand, our own kitchens, and also we have brand partners and kitchen partners also. So the traction so far has been amazing. We launched almost 7 months ago. We have already generated $40,000 in revenues and almost delivered 7,400 orders already. So it's going great so far. So today we have a team of 20 plus people, and I'm looking after the marketing and tech side. So in terms of competition, we don't have any other marketplace, but we have a cloud kitchen company, which is called Cludio. They have raised huge amount of money so far, but we are at par, but we have utilized only, I guess, 1/6 of what they have raised. And
thank you, Syed. Let's
no problem.
stay on the competitors on the Q&A session. Maybe some judges will have questions in this regard.
I have a question. You mentioned that, so with you're saying you're generating revenue. So if we, let's say, cut off your R&D expenses and some other, let's say, programming expenses, are you generating money with those restaurants, or are you losing money with them?
So in terms of top line, we are making money at this point already.
Okay, so you're profitable.
Gross, yeah.
Okay. And what's currently holding you back? I mean, from, let's say, becoming not gross profitable, but net profitable?
So we obviously are investing a lot in our brands at this point. A lot of money is going to marketing. So we are actually raising funds also to increase the number of kitchens so that we can increase our network, and that will help us to cover our fixed costs also.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, let's continue.
What's your expansion plan in terms of other countries? Do you have any expansion plan?
So we do have plans to at first expand in Kolkata, India, basically. So that is closest to Bangladesh, and our taste buds also are similar. So we hope that with Kolkata, we can start the expansion plan. That should be next year. So after that, we have plans, let's say, in Nepal, Sri Lanka. So depending on the situation and depending on the size of the situation in that market, we have plans to, let's say, cover most of the South Asian countries.
Okay.
Syed, this is Gaurav from Arit Ventures. Syed, given the cloud kitchen model in India, which I'm a little bit invested in, the business model, as it proves itself out, there is more money to be made from fulfillment partners rather than going into the own cloud kitchen setup, right? Few Indian brands that have now become unicorns tried this, and they have seen the results the hard way, right? You seem to be taking an opposite direction. You want to start with or continue with your own cloud kitchens and then introduce it. Why is that?
So when we actually started just 7 months into operations, very quickly I'll answer that. So we needed to establish our own kitchens, first of all, to establish those brands. So now we are actually moving, we already have 4 fulfillment partners. So now that people are, they know Ghost Kitchen Bangladesh, they want to do business with us. Now it's easier for us to increase the number of fulfillment partners. And going forward, our main plan is actually to focus more on the fulfillment partners. We also say like this, at one point we might sell our own kitchens.
And given that the COVID economy is still continuing around, why do you think you would get fulfillment partners in the coming 3 to 6 months? Why would they sign up with you?
So basically the main reason for now is most of the restaurants are closed. They have the facility, but they don't have those brands. So we are giving them, let's say 4 or 5 brands that is helping them to make extra money. So we have just tasted this model also. So far it has been going really well for the restaurants.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Fred. Great pitch. Let's move on. Next one is Thick Health. Maria.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Good luck.
Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but could you speak a little bit loud?
Yes, my microphone. I will. Is this better?
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Maria, CEO of Thick Health. We are improving women's hormone health through data and connection. Women's health is the $32 billion market. We have unique health needs, especially during our reproductive years, and we already spend double what men do on healthcare. Yet our reproductive health needs are still not being met. Let's take something called polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, as an example. It's a chronic condition that impacts 1 in 5 women. It's the cause of 40% of female infertility and increases the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Thankfully, awareness is on the rise, with global Google searches for this term doubling over the last 2 years. That said, it is still treated too little too late. 70% of cases go undiagnosed, there is no cure, and women are not getting the care that they need from doctors. Making improvements to lifestyle is key to managing symptoms. That means eating well, sleeping, exercising, minimizing stress. The hard part isn't knowing what to do, it's putting it into practice, especially when it comes to hormone health, because there isn't a feedback loop. Symptom improvements take time. So going from not ovulating to ovulating can take over a year. Guesswork. It is poorly understood, and right now there's no easy way to detect patterns between lifestyle changes and symptom improvement, and women are doing this alone. So introducing Fig Health. This is a new data-driven social approach to restoring hormone balance for women. We start with a health goal, like managing weight gain or trying to conceive, and we help you to test, track progress, and connect with other women around that goal. Our initial test screens for the most common hormone disorders and gives an indication of fertility health. These are the same tests offered by fertility clinics today and are run by the same accredited labs. What's novel is how we collect the samples. It's a self-finger prick blood test that anyone can do in the comfort of their own home. The sample gets couriered to a lab and you get returned a personalized health profile within days. We don't just screen for PCOS, we also offer quarterly retesting to provide that feedback loop that's missing today from PCOS management. Next comes tracking. This helps to build mindfulness and provide a sense of forward progress to sustain that behavior change. And finally, evidence shows that peer-to-peer health programs do work. They provide accountability, solidarity, and role models. This is why we've seen unicorns like Weight Watchers and Strava. Our business model is subscription-based. It's free to download and use the app. And for those who want to add on testing, supplements, and coaching, we charge a monthly fee. We're starting direct to consumer, but we'll quickly move to B2B2C via GPs and other healthcare providers. The largest women's and children's hospital in Singapore is piloting our app with 300 patients. Longer term, we're generating real-world evidence for life sciences companies like Bayer and Merck so that we can work towards finding a cure for PCOS and beyond. The team has a collective 4 decades of experience across product and tech, marketing and business development from the likes of Google, Lazada, and Agoda. We've made significant progress in the 6 months since company formation. Highlights include securing the regulatory approval to launch the test kit in Singapore. We are today the only provider of this test kit in Singapore. We're also building out our product. We secured that Singapore hospital pilot, and we're nurturing our steadily growing user base that is doubling week over week. Our 5-year vision is to be the online destination for women's health, expanding from PCOS to endometriosis, thyroid disorder, menopause, and so on, and generate real-world evidence for life sciences R&D. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam.
So currently raising. Get in touch.
Next, time for questions and feedback.
Great idea, great initiative.
So the judges?
I have a question here. What type of challenges expected in terms of aligning between regulations and the type of personal data that you are going to collect from your clients?
Yes, so in terms of data privacy, we need to be HIPAA compliant, and we are. Provided we are, this is the exchange and storing of healthcare data. It's the same kind of data that any clinical practice management software has to comply with. Separate to that, we secure user consent upfront that their data will not be used for advertising purposes, but may be used for R&D. R&D includes by commercial entities as well as academic entities.
Thanks so much. Any other questions or feedback?
I have a question. Hi, this is Hillary from Blue Chili. I love the social aspect of this app. Like, I think that's a really cool idea. And I love that you're also giving women the power to test themselves. But if that is your key differentiator, how will you prevent other companies from copying that?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'll be frank. The testing is not defensible. Anybody could go out there and replicate it today. We just have a head start because we have all the regulatory approvals. So that's not a differentiator. We're building our defensibility through the community. We are first to market. I did contemplate whether to pitch here because we are revealing some of our secret sauce. But we are first to market. We're building that community very intentionally. Our user base is growing. We're going to have the credibility of the largest women's and children's hospital in Singapore backing us and publishing clinical validation that our product works. Because our right to win stems from having a world-class product that is effective and that users love. And so we're racing towards that and having that proof, which will help us also to expand across the region.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, so Kate, let's continue.
Maria, the next one is TTakeoff Software Services. Please introduce yourself, because I'm afraid to make a mistake in your name.
No problem. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Venki, and I'm one of the co-founders of TTakeoff. And let me start.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you. So today we are going to talk about a very unique solution for the travel industry, which focuses on both the international passengers as well as international airports. You know, when it comes to passengers, when they are outside of their home country, the costs for international data roaming can get quite high. There are airports which do provide free Wi-Fi, but for a limited duration. In some countries, like in India, for example, the regulations make it practically impossible for international passengers to use the Wi-Fi. And airports don't really like Bluetooth-based solutions. So you could have a lot of international passengers who are completely disconnected from the network. Now, what if I told you that even when a telephone is on airplane mode with none of these networks that you see in front of you, we can still send it live data, gate changes, images, and so on. Just think about that. How we do this is we use data over sound. It's pending a patent. And the best part about this solution for airports especially is that they already have the infrastructure we need. All they need is just our solution. So the initial cost of investment for an airport is very, very less. Now, there's a good amount of money to be made here. It is actually a two-pronged approach. We bundle it with our TTakeoff travel platform, where we bring the e-commerce world inside the airport. We enable and digitize the vendors, and also we can do personalized advertisements to travelers based on their journey, based on their past data, and so on. If you look at the top 5 Indian international airports, the addressable market is close to 370 million per year. And if we apply that to the top 20 international airports worldwide, it's a little over 6 billion. If Wi-Fi becomes free, unlimited, or if international data roaming becomes very cheap, then our unique solution is at risk. However, when it comes to the e-commerce part, airports' own systems is a kind of a competition, although they don't have our unique solution. We have been referred personally to the Minister of Civil Aviation in India because they do run a few airports, and we've given demo to about 6. What we are working on next is to finalize the pilot ASAP, where we invest and share revenues with the airports. And we are working on a very, very unique extension to our existing MVP, where in this so-called offline mode, one can have a two-way conversation with anybody across the globe. We are looking for partnerships where we can launch the first pilot and expand internationally. And let me quickly introduce the team to you. Over 140 years of cumulative experiences spanning 5 countries, and with reputed companies like Emirates, Amadeus, the Airports Authority of India, and so on. And we have had experience in UK, US, France, Dubai, and in India. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thanks for the
great page.
Some feedback.
Thank you for the presentation. You've mentioned there is a market size of 300 million for the Indian airports, and more than, if I'm not mistaken, like 3 billion. But what market it is that you're mentioning. When you said the market size, I'm not sure what market size are we talking about.
So basically, the main proposition we have is bringing the e-commerce world inside the airport with our travel platform. And the reason we see airports talking to us even today, the 6 big ones in India and a few internationally, is because of the unique feature that we bring, our patent pending solution where we bring the last mile delivery. So the market size is essentially personalization of advertisements to travelers based on the traveler data, which we know how to get, by the way, and the e-commerce and the vendors, etc., that we do inside the airport, and touchless, etc.
I see. So basically, you've summed up the offline e-commerce happening in the airports, obviously before COVID, and some other advertising activities. But I'm not sure if that's correct to thinking this as a market size simply because it's an offline activities and or online activities, e-commerce online activities won't be fully overlapping this exact market size. I think the exact market size for your services might be like 10%, 10 times less.
We can discuss that offline, because where airports are also agreeing with us is that the area of personalized digital advertisements, like how the Googles and the Facebooks make money, today airports are doing advertisements but offline, on the hardboard, etc. That's where the money is. And if we take that out, then I would agree with you that yes, the e-commerce aspect alone, the revenues are not very high. But with this personalized advertisement coming in, based on the traveler's journey, the market potential can be quite high. I'd be happy to discuss some of these assumptions offline with you. They are assumptions, I understand. But thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Any other questions?
Yes, Lena, can I?
Yeah. Please.
Hi, Venki. This is Gaurav. Venki, I have a question. Could you brief me about your patents and intellectual property portfolio, particularly as it pertains to US and PCT patents? The reason I'm asking is I could be wrong, and maybe you could enlighten all of the judges and investors here, but part of the technology is what the governments use in war zones. There is quite a bit of this, and I have worked with a very, very high-end security company somewhere in Western nation. What is your intellectual property portfolio, and how are you going to expand internationally, knowing that there could be quite a bit of resistance from governments and military people?
Great question. Very quickly, 2 short answers. One is the PCT and then the per country route. Now, the patent we've applied for is data over sound only for the travel industry, which involves the public at large. That's it. We are not going outside the travel industry because this is already being used in certain other markets outside the travel industry again. And we are pretty confident that if with this narrow focus, we stand very good chances of getting the patent.
There are already 2 European companies. I may not be at the liberty of taking their names, who have tried this in the travel side, and they have been refused in PCT as well as USPTO. So you just may want to have a better patent attorney. I understand that you are not conflicting on the military or other sides, but this is like a little sensitive. But if you get the patents, this is a very good technology to promote, and it could be very good. Okay, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much. Thank you. So let's continue, Kate.
Thank you. Next one is Diego, who will present Leanmote startup from Australia. Check your microphone because I think you're muted.
Yes, sorry.
Dear judges, remind you about the voting. Please put marks to all our participants.
So,
yeah, let's start.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Diego Giron, and I'm the CEO at Leanmote. Have you ever suffered from a burnout and you didn't realize it? Well, this is Joe. Joe was working during the weekend and suddenly he had a heart attack. The first thing he thought about is that he needs to meet the manager tomorrow. The second thing he thought about is that he needs to secure some funding for a certain project. Thirdly, he thought that he didn't update his will. And fourthly, he thought that he hoped his wife don't find him dead when she arrives home. So Joe, based on statistics and research, we have realized that Joe is not alone. We know that connectivity within teams, well-being, commitment dropped dramatically between hybrid remote employees. And this is why I'm here to talk to you today. When those talented people like Joe feel disconnected, three things happen. Their productivity level goes down, the LinkedIn profiles start getting a lot of attention, and they're propense to suffer from a burnout. And suddenly, they are looking for a way out. So all the money companies have spent on recruiting, onboarding, and training is going to go, and they have to look for someone else. And companies are losing millions of dollars because of this. So what we do at Leanmote is we strengthen teamwork by providing functionalities like gratitude, recognition, mood assessments, and we encourage connectivity and well-being. Our software can highlight the connectivity gaps between different teams, and therefore team leaders can boost interaction in the new era of the dynamic workforce. Not only we use conventional ways of tracking well-being, we're expanding into wearables technology to track the levels of activity, anxiety, depression, and stress to help employees to get on top of their mental health. So we're B2B focused, and our pricing model is a subscription business model which varies from a freemium to a pro user version of $99 per user monthly. Why now? The market size in Australia had 1.2 million remote employees before the lockdown started. This number has almost tripled, and what is even better, it will continue growing. In 2021, employees expect their employer to accommodate their demand for more flexible working opportunities. Investing in technologies that facilitates collaboration and hybrid remote work will be the key. At the moment, we have 2,000 active users across 13 customers, and they are providing us with feedback. We're building the software with customers, and we're learning along while we go. Our current customers are with us because we have a very solid team. I have 6 years of experience as a business owner, and I have managed more than 160 employees. Alexi is our CTO. He's a senior software manager at one of the biggest tech companies in Australia. And we have Rodrigo, which is our COO, and he's a project manager in another tech company established in the US. We have as well great business advisors like Marilyn and Dim. So we are currently self-funded, and we are looking at the moment for warm introductions to decision makers and HR for medium and large companies. And we're looking as well for new customers to test our freemium feature. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So let's start Q&A, and
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah, of course.
I noticed your pricing model was free $9.99 a month. Is that per user? And also just wondering like how you will track the ROI of this for companies, and how you're going to manage the fact that like some employees won't be willing to share that data with their employer.
Well, at the moment, we are running a research with Macquarie University in Sydney, and we're looking forward to, we need to be compliant with the data, and we need to, we will show the information to the user, but we will not disclose information to the employer. At the moment, we're working on showing maybe some trendings, but not the complete data. And what was the first question, sorry?
I think that some employees would be hesitant to even try it because they don't want their employer to know how they're feeling or their general health. How will you cross that hurdle?
Well, we have run hundreds of interviews to people that have burnout, and most of them agreed that they would like to track their these parameters. So at the moment, I think maybe they're willing to show. We haven't tested that part of our solution yet, because we as I mentioned, we're running that research, and yeah. Thank you.
I agree with Hillary here. Have you asked them, do they just want to track these parameters, or you ask them noting that the company they're working for will get the access to these parameters, and the company will know that they are in depression or have any other problems?
One of the solutions that we're bringing in is to detect these levels of anxiety, depression, and activity levels. Based on that, they agree that if they would, if we can show some trends to the company in terms of how they're feeling, and if we can trigger alarms to managers, and to kind of say, okay, this employee is propense to suffer from a burnout, and they agreed that if we give them a well-being day or kind of a day off for them to prevent this, they would like to share this data to help them get on top of the mental health.
This is Gary here. I know a little bit about this space. Do you know the company EVA, YVA.ai?
No,
EVA? Yeah, EVA, YVA.ai. Anyhow, I know a bit about this space. So you guys are on target. I actually am the co-founder of EVA, one of the top AI HR tech companies looking at employee well-being. So you're on target with it. We can, if you want to go offline and talk about it in more detail, you can Google my name, Gary Fowler, and you can see an EVA, and you'll see some of the things out there. But you're on target with it. It's employee burnout is really important today, and to be able to talk about well-being is, you're on target with the market.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm happy to continue to talk via email.
Thanks, Gary. You can share your contacts in chat. Thank you, Diego. Next one is Shubham from GFresh Agrotech. All right.
Should I share my screen?
Yeah, let's start.
Yeah, welcome. I am the co-founder and CEO of GFresh Agrotech, an agritech startup in India. We are mainly focused on the onions, which is a marketplace of India has a total value of 750 million USD, which is the backbone of Indian ecosystem and which contributes to 20% of its GDP. The major problems faced in the supply chain of onions is inefficient due to intermediate involved in the chain, resulting into the loss of qualities, food wastage, high logistic cost, product shortage of food, and ultimately resulting to high cost for the consumers in India. The biggest obstacles in increasing in farmers' income is in India, and creating the efficient supply chain for profit-earning middlemen, commission agents, traders, and wholesalers who make a major chunk of profits from the farm produce, and which has been transferred, which has not been transferred to the farmers. We are trying to transfer it to the farmers. The biggest problems faced by the farmer side and the customer sides are they don't have the right prediction authorities for the prices, unfair pricing, and delayed payments from the middlemen, minimum offtake requirement from the better pricing, lack of knowledge on demand side, and inaccurate shortage at the farm gate. Low income in the hand of farmer will craving with the high farm loans, leading to the suicides and all. On the customer side, there are extraordinary high commissions charged by the middlemen, which lead to the price fluctuation in the market, larger variation in the quality and weights for the procured source by the middleman, forced to deal with cattle of traders on terms dedicated by them, lack of transparency and traceability of the origin of the produce. The problem mentioned above are the presence in Indian supply chain for several years, and with the time of inefficiency has just increased, and hence there is the need of technological enabled solutions which completely eliminates the middleman and connects farmers to the customers. Where is the GFresh? GFresh has been founded by the two brothers, Shubham and Naman, in 2019. Currently, the India's largest marketplace for onions. We have been sourcing directly from the farmers and supplying it to the B2B clients in India and abroad. Currently, we are having a network in 7+ states of India and 30+ cities in India. We have been recognized by the Government of India for our initiative, and we have been bootstrapped till now. We have a currently annual run rates of close to 7 million USD, and we are working on the blockchain technology to manage the business operations and the traceability of the farm produce. These are the key cohorts which we have achieved till now. We have tried to procure almost 30 million kgs of onions from farmers of Nasik. We have impacted to close to 18,000 plus farmers. We have 300 plus B2B customers. We have achieved a turnover of 9 million USD in 21 months of our operations. We have dealing with daily monthly turnover sales of 3,000 metric tons of onions, and 85% of the sales are to wholesalers and the retailers of India. What are the benefits being provided by the GFresh to the farmers and the customers? For the farmers, the benefits are the instant payments, fair and transparent pricing without any deductions, no minimum offtakes are being taken, no dealing through middlemen, and tech-enabled platform for demand determination and the pricing. On the customer side, the solutions benefits provided are timely delivery, ensuring the quality of the produce is fresh, directly sourcing from the farmers, which helps the end customer should get a proper pricing and the better quality for the produce, organized supply chain, and tech-enabled platform for ordering and tracking of the produce. We have been impacted to close to 18,000 plus farmers in India, and who are the backbones of the economy. The technological platforms will be.
But time is over.
Thank you.
You were in a very hurry, so I hope our judges have been realized the idea.
Hi, Kate. I have a question for Shubham. Can I? Shubham, this is Gaurav from Arit Ventures. Shubham, good idea. I like the elimination of middlemen. Couple of questions. Since you already have generated revenues, what is the percentage improvement in profits for the farmers? What price were the farmers getting before through the middlemen or mandis, as we call it here in India? And what are they getting through you guys now?
The price incrementation is close to 20 to 25% as of now. We have been giving to the farmers. The increase in the profits are there.
Okay. Who are your buyers for this product? Is it the big restaurants, grocery stores, e-commerce companies? Who buys this?
We have all set of buyers. We have the local vendors also, local buyers, corporates also, e-commerce platforms also, and the corporates also.
And Shubham, since you guys are already generating quite significant revenues, as we saw, what are you looking to raise $18 million, right? You have mentioned that you're looking under $20 million to raise. If the platform exists, the buyers, sellers exist in 7 states, I'm not sure if you will be able to export given the commodity inflation and the demand in India, but that's all right. What are you looking to do with $20 million?
We are trying to develop a farm gate solutions for the farmers. A farm gate storage facilities will be provided, as there are no farm gate solutions available for the storage facilities in India for the onion production. There are facilities for the other commodities, but not for the onions. We are trying to develop the solutions for the onion storage also, along with the other like technological development is to be done, advancement is to be done, and the capital is also required for the expansion. And we are also trying to expand to European countries and the exports to Dubai, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and to the Singapore in the first phase.
And Shubham, I think that's good, but my suggestion would be the Indian market itself offers you $1 billion opportunity, so you may not have the need to export. Shubham, one more follow-up question to your presentation. What are the kind of gross margins or net margins you are generating right now?
We are gross margin profitable by 7% as we are into B2B. So market standards are 7 to 9%. We are at the lower side because we are transferring the profits to the farmer side. That's why.
So you are at about 7 to 9% on GMV, yeah?
GMV, yeah, right.
Perfect. Thank you, Shubham. All the best.
Any more questions?
Yeah, just one quick.
Can I just ask about, I know you've got the warehouse and everything, but I was just a little bit more confused on the tech piece. You know, what is the sort of tech additionality, I guess, and where does it come in?
We are providing a platform for the farmers and the buyers to connect directly through our platform.
So it's like a website or an app, or How does that work?
It's under development. As of now, we are operating offline, but in the coming 6 months, it will be completely online.
Okay.
It's under development because of COVID and all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah. Any other questions? Let's continue in chat and play.
Are you planning to expand to any other commodities, or you just going to focus on onion?
We are focusing on the other commodities also, but in the second phase, in next 1 to 2 years. So initially, we are going to focus on onions. We will be establishing the supply chain of the onions first of all, and then we will be setting up the new commodities.
Okay, thank you so much.
Our startup from Philippines, Alaga Health. Dex, are you with us? Tell me something. Do you hear me?
Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Dexter Galban, CEO and founder of Alaga Health.
Great, but your pitch deck is still loading.
Let me load it for you just a bit. Looks like there's some technical concerns. All right. I believe it's being loaded.
Mm-hmm. You have a great animation on your background.
Yes. All right, I hope you can see my slides already.
Yeah, now it's okay.
All right then. So today, I'm Dr. Dexter Galban, CEO and founder of Alaga Health. And I believe you can already see my slides.
Yes.
I'm having a bit of technical concerns, but let me go back to that in just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so ready to go. Good day, everyone. Again, I'm Dr. Dexter Galban, CEO and founder of Alaga Health. Now, the foundation of...
Oh,
yes.
no, okay, no, it's okay.
So once again, for the last time, I'm Dr. Dexter Galban, CEO and founder of Alaga Health. And throughout history, the foundation of every great innovation is built by people. Unfortunately, in different parts of the world, like the Philippines, 6 out of 10 Filipinos pass away without ever seeing a health professional. And 8 out of 10 Filipinos have never even had a full medical checkup. Now, why is this the case? Because there's inaccessibility of affordable quality healthcare services, maldistribution of healthcare professionals, and low integration of new technologies in healthcare, even in the world's social media capital. And grounded on the SDGs, particularly 3, 8, and 9, we hope to address some of the world's biggest problems in healthcare, particularly these. But what exactly do we want to offer you? Well, we hope to offer you telehealth care services, home care or concierge care medicine, as well as pre-booked clinic appointments, so you only have to be there when you have to, laboratory tests done at home or at the clinic at your convenience, and even an opportunity for employers to give health benefits to their employees, and even the opportunity to get discounts as you learn how to take care of yourself better through validated medical information and through medications right to your doorstep. Now, all of these great features are made possible by combining a marketplace and a service hub. And that's what we are, the Philippines' first digital health marketplace and service hub. By integrating web systems, mobile applications, and admin panels, we're able to give you the best possible care. And eventually secure all of that using blockchain technology. And how exactly do we make it sustainable? By getting commissions per transaction, not from one, but multiple features, advertisements and placement fees, and of course, sales of demographic data trends, but not personal info. So compared to our closest competitors, we have the distinct advantage of having the foundation of our technology ingrained to constantly talk with one another to get the best experience for our clients. And we have a growth perspective, as you see here, through many years. And We're very thankful for the support of the following institutions for letting us reach this point in our development, and the 40+ partner organizations of over 500,000 clients waiting for the launch of our app this June 2021. And of course, maintaining a high engagement rate of 80%. High, very high social media capital of the world. And of course, getting featured by the following institutions. So what do we want to offer you? Simple. Healthcare that's anytime, anywhere, in every way. We are Alaga Health, and together, let's bring the future of healthcare today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dex.
So great pitch. Yeah. So it's time for feedback and questions. The judges, are you ready to give feedback?
What is your average revenue, expected revenue from each user of your service?
That's the great thing about our platform. Every feature has varying degrees of income. And that's why we're able to leverage each feature dependently of each other. So we have ranges of revenues from 10 to 15% from each feature on average.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at these, if they were like use cases, so let's say there is an average use case, and what's for the average use case, what's your expected revenue per year from the user of your services?
What we did is that we based our revenue using per partner evaluation. And per partner, we can earn up to 1 million pesos or roughly $20,000 per partner per year. And having multiple partners at the very get-go can actually amplify the reach and breadth of this entire enterprise. The great thing about this is it's very varied, from labs to home care to clinics to telehealth, especially during COVID-19.
I'm sorry, you've noticed like $20,000. Is it from one user or the maximum from one partner that you're getting, that you expect to get?
That's a conservative projection for one partner. One partner clinic, one partner institution. So with more partners, it will amplify.
How many users you will have for one partner?
The estimated number of users per feature would vary, but we're expecting at least 100,000 per partner, at least per year. That's on average, because it's going to cut across the board, because there are different degrees of usage for telehealth, laboratory, clinics, and even home care services. And that's why we're—
Is it correct that you will get less than $1 for one user? For a year, if you get $20,000 for one partner and you also expect 100,000 users for one partner, then you will get less than $1 for one user.
That's a conservative assessment, because of course you want to give you value for your money, and that's why we want to give you our conservative assessment, because it can actually hit up to $5 per patient or $5 per user. The thing is, they get to choose which among the features they will get to enter through the application. Because you can use different features at different points in your life throughout 1 year. For example, I'm a diabetes patient. My first consult will be a clinic consult, and then telehealth, and then laboratory, and so on and so forth. So our bare minimum is actually very conservative and takes into account the user experience of every client throughout the patient journey.
Next, Stephen Young from Hong Kong. There's a number of publicly traded companies on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange doing exactly what you're talking about. What's your perspective on your local or global competitors in this space?
We want to leverage the magic of our large population and, of course, equipping all of those who are not tech-enabled in the Philippines. Despite being social media capital of the world and 9 hours a day online, there's very limited internet penetration here and usage of technologies that actually address health. So what we're seeing here is we want to leverage our capability to dominate the market before expanding to our regional areas, particularly Southeast Asia.
Are you familiar with the social media leaders, in China, which they all have a health branch, the Alibabas, the Baidus, and the Ping An Insurance. Are you familiar with those people?
Relatively familiar, sir. Actually, this entire model of Alaga Health is based on the notion of combining the likes of Uber and Amazon, focusing them all for healthcare.
Great. Let's continue discussing on chat. Thank you, Dex, again. The next one is Rijan from E-Tex Healthcare.
Hi, namaskar. Can somebody confirm that they can see my screen? I just shared it.
Yeah. Now, yeah, you can start.
All right. So, namaskar. At E-Tex India, we have developed smart textile for active compression. 1.5 billion people on this planet suffer from mild pain due to blood circulation related problems, of which 0.7 billion people suffer from severe pain. Moreover, 0.2 billion population suffers from chronic pain due to venous disorders such as DVT and edema. Most prominent stakeholders being mothers and mothers-to-be, elderly folks, and differently abled people. This poses a market opportunity of $5.5 billion, of which we'll be targeting $50 million. The current products in the market dealing with this include stockings, crepe bandages, kneecaps, IPCs, and leg massagers. However, they pose challenges which are no standard sizing, they cause skin infection and the challenge of donning. There is no provision for active compression therapy in most products. They are bulky and costly, hence non-portable. But most prominently, there is absolutely no feedback or monitoring system. Whereas with Fabrilax, a patented applied product, we get portable, affordable, personalized compression device with features of active compression therapy and pressure control and a long battery life. And it comes with a feedback mechanism which the doctor or the physiotherapist can use to monitor the progress of his or her patient. As you can see, we have two working models for Fabrilax. First one being a fabric, a breakthrough self-heating fabric with the potential to expand and contract to provide active compression therapy. Whereas the second one, as you can see, with the single touch of a button, the user can adjust the pressure and the physiotherapist can monitor this. With future integrations of artificial intelligence and IoT, we plan to centralize this. From a consumer's perspective, Fabrilax covers all important features while being priced at an affordable range. Our professional experience of our teams comes from the launch of another segment of protective garments called Kavach, which means shield in Hindi. We have been premium sellers on multiple e-commerce platforms and we have a well-established distributor network. We have even been featured in many publications of our country. In fact, even the Prime Minister of India had praised us in his radio show. We have received certifications from NABL accredited labs and our clientele is extremely diverse, consisting of over 160 hospitals, prominent non-government organizations. We have also serviced major government organizations and corporates of India, through which within a year, we have sold over 4 million units, generating over $1 million in revenue. Currently, we are seeking to grow our monthly revenue from $0.09 million to $250 million USD. We have been selling our products which are antimicrobial as well as face masks. Our founding team is of core textile engineers from IIT Delhi, a leading engineering institute in our country, and we have medical advisors from AIIMS, the leading medical institute in our country. We also have PhD scholars on board with us. We have over 10 years of research experience in this domain, and we are currently looking for mentors, and we are also open to licensing as well as rights deal. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much.
So guys, let's start Q&A.
You make oxygens.
Sure. Sorry, sir.
Do you make oxygens? So the news is about your country, like 500 million people, coronavirus. We do
not make oxygens, but we are core textile engineers. We supply face masks and we are actively involved in donations as well. We donated over 1 lakh, that is roughly $0.1 million face mask, 0.1 million face masks last year.
So the number of 500 million people has got coronavirus, is that fake news or is that real news?
So honestly, my own family has been recently affected with it. Fortunately, they've recovered, but I believe it is true.
Wow. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you much. Any other questions or feedback?
John, maybe you, as an experienced mentor? What will be your feedback?
Maybe you can even contact me on LinkedIn. I've just posted the link there.
Okay, if nobody has questions for now,
I have one quick question.
yes, please.
I believe this is a great idea, and I will not wonder if you are going to be acquired very soon by some big names. My question, what type of mentorship you are looking for?
So mentorship which could help us, expand into the healthcare domain. We already have, like at this point, our founders and us, we really believe that we are past the incubation or seed stage. And now we are looking to scale very fastly. And we are textile engineers who integrate electronics with textiles in the healthcare domain. So we are looking for mentors who can help us expand our clientele within that domain.
Okay, I will put my email address on the chat.
Sure, sir.
And please contact me.
Definitely, sir.
Srijan, this is Jay Patel from H196. I'll be happy to have an offline conversation. I come from a medical background, medical doctor turned investor entrepreneur. So I'll be happy to do the conversation and how we can support your project. Okay,
I've already sent you a message on LinkedIn. We can connect over there if you're comfortable.
Okay, brilliant. Sure. I'll be happy to do that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So dear judges, I remind you that you need to vote for our startups. It's very important. So don't forget about it.
Thanks, Srijan. Next one is Stephanie from RecyGlo.
I will be pitching, not Stephanie. Yes.
Okay, what is your name?
Oka.
Nice to meet you. You can start.
Awesome. Hi everyone. My name is Oka. I'm one of the founder of the company, RecyGlo. We are a solid waste management, circular economy, zero waste startup. We started with solid waste. The problem that we are trying to solve is we are a B2B PaaS company, platform as a service company. We focus on providing environmental social governance reporting that corporates and corporate governance, they need to be fulfilled and produced in order to comply. And if you are a FMCG company, you also have a lot of ways to manage. You don't have the proper data analytic to make sure that you are properly managing the supply chain and you are complying with the government regulations. So the market size, focusing on the solid waste management in Asia Pacific, is $120 billion for TAMs, and serviceable available market size is $10.2 billion. We are targeting 10% of that market, which is $1.2 billion in the Asia Pacific. So our solution that we provide in Asia Pacific, we are a Synchron company. What we do is we use the platform approach, which we provide educational elements in our platform. We also produce data. We also connect with the logistics service provider and connect with the recycling, upcycling, and composting and manufacturing industry. And at the same time, we provide carbon offsetting, carbon reporting for the ESG for the company. So this is one-stop service, how it is look like. Our business model is a subscription model. We have 3 divisions for basic, professional, enterprise, and we also can make money from the sales of raw material, which we own after they give it to us. We charge commissions from the logistic company. We also take commission from the recycling industries. This is just a glimpse of how analytic look like.
It's 17 hours.
In terms of we have 20,000 MR at the moment. We projected to grow double. We have a dip because one of the market in South Asia has some unprecedented issues. So we have a dip, but we stay growing. And the lifetime value is 15,000 for each client, and customer acquisition cost is $300 US. So we are ISO 9001:2015 accredited company. If you are in this sphere in solid waste management or energy, it's good to have it. And we are also a member of Global Compact. So this is our selected clients from Coca-Cola to World Bank to NGOs, embassies. We should just highlight the big names here. We use the referral. We also use the channel partnership. We target. We use sort of like a Tesla model. Go for the bigger low-hanging fruits, and then finance, and then do the price differentiation for the smaller clients. This is our impact, how it is look like. We're managing on average of 500 tons on every month. We have impacted 1.2 million people through our B2B2C model. We are also saving quite a lot of carbon footprint, which is also a potential source for the revenue if a company want to offset their carbon footprint. This is our funding story look like. We are now raising Series A. We have generated $650K USD within the last 18 months. Our founding team, engineering, finance, and background in IT. This is our founding team. We have a core team of these people. We are a Singaporean company with a regional presence in Malaysia, in Singapore, and Myanmar, and we are also expanding to Vietnam, Indonesian market. Yes, if you are interested, you can please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for a quick page. So.
I spent many years working for Coca-Cola in Asia and the US. So connect with me offline so I can help you to accelerate your business into those big FMCG giants. Yeah.
Thank you. I will reach out to you, Stephen.
Any other feedback?
The thing is, actually, I very much like what you're doing, and the importance of waste management in Southeast Asia is like, you cannot overestimate it. But on the other hand, it's really hard to being profitable in this market, especially, I reckon you come from Myanmar, and I reckon the company probably registered in Singapore, right?
Yes. Myanmar is one of the markets we operate in Singapore, Malay, and
so yeah, how you manage to? I mean, basically in these markets, you get the subsidies from the government, from the different organizations. How you manage to grow the revenues? Simply because it's really hard to be profitable because you need to establish every link of the chain, and the chain is really long there.
Yes, that's an excellent question. We don't squeeze the juice from the people who don't have the money. We work with, we use B2B2C approach. So we work with FMCG company, Unilever, P&G, all these big names brand, and they pay us for subscriptions. They pay us for offsetting. They pay us for the reporting and analytic, which we provide the data in their supply chain. So a lot of companies, listed companies, they need to produce some sort of data and traceability. That's what we generally provide. We connect with logistic and recycling provider because it is a necessary evil. Even though we don't want to do this, but to provide data, you need to connect with them. But we also charge the 10%, 50% commissions from the logistics service provider or the recycling company, because they receive a lot of raw material at the very affordable price. Yes, but we don't charge. We cannot make money from like informal sector. Informal sector is like sort of like our partner. We work together.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Stephanie, this is Gaurav. Stephanie, you mentioned you want to raise the capital to penetrate the Vietnam market, which generates about 13 million tons of waste, right? What is the reason you're targeting Vietnam, and what is the strategy? Have you explored the opportunity potential, got any non-binding LOIs? How did you come up to because Vietnam may have the potential, but it's not an easy market to work with, right? So what's the strategy?
Yes, it is not the easy market. We look into two main different markets, which is Indonesia and Vietnam. Indonesia, you have a lot of investments in the infrastructural side, but government is stay very much focused. They give more favors on the national company, but the Vietnam market right now, it is the right timing. They are opening up the economy, and there are a lot of companies also. If you looked at the competitor, they don't have a lot of competitor working in this solid waste management sphere. It's only informal sector, so it's stay very much blue ocean market. And also country is opening, and government is now actually inviting quite a lot of green company to come and work in Vietnam. So we want to take this right and use this opportunity. That is what.
Have you spoken with the government officials or any particular companies in Vietnam?
Yes. We are using this low-hanging fruit strategy first again. So if you work in Singapore or in Malaysia or Myanmar, they use the same vendor system. So Coca-Cola in Vietnam, they use the same system. So we can actually approach the same clients in Vietnam. In terms of the governmental regulation side, we work with like some of the accelerators, some of the trade organizations, and we talk to them are they interested to work with us, to give us opportunities. And right now Vietnam is also facing catastrophic problem of waste management. Actually, no players in the market. So this is opportunity time, and it's also the right timing for us.
Good opportunity. Good luck. Like Sarkis said, right? Make profits, make revenues happen, and this has a potential to succeed. So good project. Yeah. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oka. 10 graph questions. So let's move on. Last 2 startups left. So do not skimp on questions, dear judges. Next one is Xoxoday. Manoj, are you with us?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
The stage is yours. Let's
Hi,
go.
thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Manoj. I'm one of the founders of Xoxoday. I'll just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are all humans, and humans always need motivation to do something. And then when we talk about businesses, every business needs to drive people forward through motivation. So we are essentially a motivation technology platform, which is linked with some kind of a business KPI, whether it is how you engage your employees, how you reduce the attrition for the employees, how do you increase the sales performance, how do you increase the throughput from your consumers. And then we do it through a global rewards and incentives infrastructure, which is a platform cutting across different countries in the world and purely built through a solid technology infrastructure. Today, when we speak, we work with close to 800 plus clients globally, primarily in the US, European, and APAC markets. We are doing a net revenue of around $4.5 million. And we have been very capital efficient. I mean, we largely bootstrapped. We raised a very small fund a couple of years back.
Excuse me for interrupting, but if you skip the slides, we don't see it. It was the first slide.
You can see the slide. Yeah, that was the first slide.
It's still first.
Yeah.
You can see the second slide.
Yeah. Is it the second slide? Yes.
Yeah. So we acquire around 1 new client every day. So today, working with close to 800 plus clients. Even during COVID, when the entire world required some kind of motivation to kind of move things forward, we actually acquired a good number of clients because every company was looking forward for these kind of solutions. These are some of our clients in different parts of the world. These are some of the use cases which we drive. We help companies to drive consumer rewards, sales and channel rewards, and then employee engagement. And then everything is linked with some kind of business metrics like average revenue per user, or loyalty of the consumers, or better sales performance and driving more sales quota, and maybe improving the ENPS or the CSAT for your customers and your employees. These are some of the key problem statements which we are trying to solve, that typically rewards are not linked with business KPIs. They are very operationally inefficient, very manual. They are not instant. There are too many stakeholders involved, and hence there is lack of transparency, and there are calculation errors. And then when you are doing it for a multi-country kind of geography, then it becomes very tough to execute this. This is a very high-level snapshot of how the infrastructure is. So we are essentially what a Stripe is to payments and a Twilio is to communication. This is what we are to rewards and incentives. And our revenue model is a typical pay-as-you-go kind of a reward revenue, which is a commission income plus the SaaS platform fee. These are some of the product screenshots. We are deeply integrated with almost like 100 plus applications like HubSpot, Qualtrics, Marketo, SAP SuccessFactors, Microsoft Teams, Slack, Facebook at Workplace. So a lot of companies don't have to kind of switch back to our application, but they can actually do the entire rule engines and rewarding right from these platforms. So for example, if a sales guy is using Salesforce or HubSpot, and you can plan some rules that if you are doing a quota of 10 sales in a month with a revenue of, let's say, $5 million, then you get X amount of sales commission. Similarly, you can send appreciation notes right from, say, Slack. You can run some kind of an employee engagement survey from Slack and so on. So it is deeply integrated into a lot of applications. These are some of the logos which we have. I mean, we work with a lot of clients, almost like 5 to 10% of Fortune 500, 2 million end users. We work with a lot of BFSI and ITITS clients.
Thank you, Manoj, but time has gone.
Thank you.
Just flip slides if you have some important information at the last one.
Yeah, so this is the kind of growth position. Today we are here. In the next few years, we will reach here. We should become a $1 billion kind of a company by 2025 or maybe before. This is our team. We are 4 founders. Today, a team of around 160 employees. A lot of people from IITs, IIMs, and ex-entrepreneurs. Very solid into tech.
Oh, it's so big.
Yeah. So these are some of the key slides, and these are some of the product snapshots. This is both mobile as well as desktop, Android and iOS native applications. This is a snapshot for how we do it for sales team. This is a snapshot for how we do it for employees. This is a snapshot for how we do it for consumers.
Okay, Manoj. I need to stop your pitch there because other participants will be offended on me.
Yeah.
So,
okay. What is your monthly revenue today?
So today we do around $500,000 monthly.
Monthly, US dollars?
Yeah, US dollars.
Okay, thank you.
Have you mentioned how much you're raising?
We are actually looking to raise anything upward of $5 million. $5 million because today our annual run rate itself is around $5 million. And we are looking this money only for growth because we are expanding very rapidly into European and US markets. We already have a team in US and Europe, and we also have 100 plus clients. But we know that we can easily acquire thousands of clients because our product has been liked. I mean, we have proof of concept. We have a lot of users who are already using it.
I have a question here. The money that you are looking for, is it a working capital or where you will use it? This is one. Second, just a curiosity. Why did you select to contact VCs through this competition? I believe, based on what I saw, that you can communicate with the investors directly, or I guess that some investors did contact you. So can you elaborate on this issue in summary? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, in fact, we are in touch with investors, and we are speaking to them, and we might also close some rounds. The reason why we entered into this one, this particular contest is we got an invite, and then our team actually filled it, and we got an invite, and then I thought that it can be a great learning platform, because we are meeting some of the industry veterans. So it will be great to get any kind of feedback and input. And then we are in fact in talks with some of the larger investors and venture capitalists like the Sequoias of the world. Yes.
When you mentioned that multiples you're looking at the moment, the valuation multiples on your revenue or on your EBITDA or whatever you.
Yeah, so we are looking at a 6 to 7 multiple on our revenues. So almost like a $35 million kind of a.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you mentioned that you have teams in Europe and US, what does it mean? Sales team, R&D teams?
Yeah, so these are primarily sales teams, but these are people coming with around 15 years experience, people who are native US or European guys. They have been doing sales in those geographies, and they are helping us expand into these regions. So today we have around 5 members in these geographies, and then that is where we are looking for the money, because we are primarily looking for money for go-to-market. We have the right playbook. We just want to multiply that playbook by, say, 5 to 10 times.
Okay.
Manoj, this is Gaurav. Kate, may I? Just one last question.
Yeah. Just
sure.
Manoj, your next level of growth is likely going to happen by transferring some of your competition, right? The US and the Western markets are quite saturated with all the good competitors and that have taken up the market share. What is the growth strategy here? This is just not a case where you are with your current revenues and growth. This is not a case where you could raise capital and you could capture, right? The competition has more capital at disposal and more matured market. How are you going to take care of this strategy?
Yeah, so one of our biggest moat in the business is we are deeply integrated into the ecosystem. So we currently work with very closely working with Microsoft, Slack, Salesforce, SAP SuccessFactors.
Who are your competitors, right?
Not really.
Also there, right?
Not really to a great extent. I would say yes. I mean, there is 1 or 2 competitors are doing it, but are 15 competitors doing it? No. So there is, and then that market is very large. So there are, let's say, 1 million users for Slack. And even if I capture, say, 0.5% of that, it's a big one for us. So that is how we are looking at it, that how can we really ride on that integrations, because that gives us a lot of organic growth in the market. And then the kind of product we have built, I mean, we know that we are better than some of the competitors in our product.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you. Thanks, Gaurav.
Thank you, Manoj. Now it's time for our latest startup for today, Marina from Equo International.
Hello.
She won yesterday's Unicorn pitch, our partners event. Nice to meet you. If you are ready, we can start.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, well.
So hi, everyone. My name is Marina, and I'm the founder and CEO of Equo. Just a bit of background on myself. I used to work launching brands and products for companies including Unilever, Bacardi, and LG. So just to jump right into it, did you know that during the pandemic, we produced 30% more waste versus prior year, and that 50% of all plastic produced is used only once? Now, sweeping government bans are taking place across the globe in an attempt to slow down the double-digit growth of the single-use plastic straw and utensils categories. Categories that have grown despite reusable alternatives such as metal, silicone, and the ever-polarizing paper straws that have been on the market for years. And that is where Equo comes in. Equo is a sustainable brand providing 100% plastic-free, biodegradable, and compostable solutions for everyday single-use plastic items. We're starting off with drinking straws, and they're made of natural materials including rice, grass, coconut, sugarcane, and coffee. Now, what makes us different is the fact that we decompose in months, not centuries. We're also so easy to use and so easy to switch to that you don't have to change your lifestyle or your behavior. You don't have to carry it or wash it. And also, we're helping to promote a circular economy by diverting waste from the landfills in order to produce our products. Also, we see things differently. Straws are just like any other category, similar to shampoo or chocolate, where people have different preferences. And our variety of materials help to cater to those different preferences. For example, you want a straw that matches the color of your drink, or let's say you get hangry mid-drink, we've got you covered. In addition to that, we're disrupting things by branding a typically commoditized category similar to bottled water or tissue paper and giving people a reason to care about something as mundane or boring as their choice in straw or fork, things they never thought twice about. In terms of our attraction, we launched a Kickstarter campaign that was fully funded in just 3 days. We are also a featured women-owned business on Amazon Launchpad, and we are the very first Vietnam-based company admitted into and backed by Textiles. We've been featured on a number of global publications, including Business Insider, Trend Hunter, Brightly, and most recently, Forbes. And we know that people love us. They love our product. They've given us 5-star reviews across the board, which has helped us to get early customers. We also have partnered with a number of nonprofit organizations, including Skip the Plastic Straw, Plastic Pollution Coalition, and the World Wildlife Foundation. In terms of our key milestones, most recently, we made our first US TV appearance. And looking forward, we're very excited about the upcoming Shark Tank Vietnam appearance at the end of May. For our product portfolio, we are planning to extend out into other categories, including cutlery, dishware, and some other products that will help to address the single-use plastic problem. And then finally, just to close off, I want to address the elephant in the room. Yes, we are not a tech product, and you might say that we are not within your wheelhouse. But I would ask you, how many straws have you or your friends or your family used in the past week, month, or even year? As much as we embrace virtual solutions, we live in a physical world that depends on physical products. And that's where Equo comes in. With Equo, our goal is not to protect the world, it's to build a world in which we don't have to. If you want to find out more information, you can contact me in any of these means, or if you have your phone handy, feel free to take a picture of our QR code and I can get you some more information. Now I'll open it up to any questions that you guys may have.
Super, super. You're a great presenter. Very emotional pitch.
Okay, yeah. So it's time for questions. The judges, I remember that it was our last speech for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, why exactly onto Kickstarter? I just checked it. You raised like $12,000, I think, in mid 2020. Why you decided to opt for venture capital? Because you know, the Kickstarter or similar thing sounds like a very natural fundraising for your type of product or business. So why you decided to try to, you know, the venture capital way?
100%. So the reason why we decided to go this route is when we actually launched our Kickstarter campaign, that was actually right before the pandemic. So we launched it in May of 2020, and then right about 2 or 3 weeks into our campaign, the whole world went into shutdown. So unfortunately, we did struggle along quite a bit. And what we did during that time was try to keep our business running, especially with our own funding. So that is why right now we are looking for venture capital funding in order to accelerate our business. We also know that with any sort of brand that is being built, brands are expensive. And on top of that, you do have a very short window of maybe 24 months before another brand comes in and tries to copy us. So one of the things that we want to do is try to accelerate our business and make sure that we have a first mover advantage by hitting the market first.
Can I ask about your distribution? So is this through e-commerce? Is this through physical outlets, through your own channels?
Sure. If I may just kind of share this again. right here. So we actually have a three-pronged strategy when it comes to our distribution. So our first one is the e-commerce. It's direct to consumers. We've been seeing that has been taking off for us, especially in areas where we don't have a physical sales team there. So B2C is one area. That is also helping us gain the attention of a lot of these bigger businesses, which would never otherwise give us the time of day. So by getting the community involved and getting them to evangelize our product, then on the other side, we're getting these B2B businesses to pay attention to us. Then for B2B, we know that's where our volume is. And so with the volume, we are selling through two other areas, which is through distributors or resellers or grocery chains, and then also directly to the coffee shops, the restaurants, and the food service businesses.
I guess related to that, can I ask in terms of bookings, like how much orders you've generated on the B2B?
Yes. So by the end of this coming month, we will be hitting about 100,000 in terms of sales. And that is with 4 months of online sales primarily, and then 2 months of B2B sales.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, so the judges.
I have a quick question. What's the cost of the product, and what is it relative to traditional products?
So plastic straws are about 1/10 of a cent. Then you have the paper straws, which are about 2.5 cents. And those are the ones that do not break down within 10 minutes. They might last 30 minutes within your drink, so a little bit more premium. And then our products are anywhere from 3 to 6 cents. So we know this is definitely premium to the category. But one of the things that we know as well right now is that we have not maxed out or even been efficient at all with regards to our costs or our production. So we know there's a ton of room for cost reduction in that area.
How much do you feel you can compress the price?
So the next level up in terms of order quantities or production quantities would be 1 million. And at 1 million, jumping up from the couple 100,000 that we are doing right now, we would save at least 15 to 20%.
Thank you, Marina, for this great pitch. Thank you, Lena and Kate.
Yeah.
We are done with the pitches, right, for today?
Yeah.
Really some great guys, and this is relevant to the poll we're gonna have in just a minute. Judges will have minute and a half to finish voting, and we will know who the winner is after that. And while judges are doing that, please take care. Yes, and let us know, who do you think, well, what impact startups have on all us. And last startup, they showed that we are like, startups help us save our planet, cut on waste, do some really crucial things that our planet needs doing in humanity to survive, and but select the answers that are relevant to you, to what you think, and we will talk about it some more during networking session. We have heard some really great solutions today and some really interesting ideas that I hope you will take care of during networking. And maybe you can, or you're always welcome to follow up. If anybody needs intros, just ask us. We are not greedy. We like when people interact and get involved, and that's why we are here in the first place. Okay, girls, I see that you know who the winner is. The Kate is smiling at me. Do you, Kate?
Yeah, I'm just in a good mood from the morning.
Okay, that's great. I know who the winner is. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, let us all know that. It's all public. It's already on the event page, but let's announce it in a due way.
Yeah, let's go. So today, third place goes to RecyGlo. Congratulations.
Oh.
Yeah, applause, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
So second place today goes to E-Tex Healthcare.
Wonderful.
And
Thank
the
you so
winner. Congratulations. And the winner of today's Unicorn Battle in Southeast Asia and Oceania is Xoxoday. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Manoj.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, that is right. Get ready for the finals.
Thank you.
And you will see some top investors from the whole world, and you will be able maybe to win the whole world. It's only like 2 weeks away. So get ready. Don't waste your time. And everyone, really great battle. And let's see what did our panelists respond to the question about the impact of the startups. Okay, resolve problems that humanity faces more efficiently than anyone else. Okay, and then they force traditional businesses change faster and become more responsible. That is very interesting. Okay, thank you for your responses. And let's talk about it in the region. Southeast Asian region and Australia, you have been really successful last year in venture funding, and lots and lots of startups got funded. You did not lose your pace. You did not outperform the previous years like Europe and the States did. But still, not withstanding all the obstacles we had during the pandemic, you did it. More than 8.2 billion of US dollars raised, and Indonesia got 70% of that, which is great. And Australia also got more than 2 billion of that. And let's talk about it a little bit more. I see like the judges. John, I'm really glad that you stayed with us, notwithstanding the holiday. Congratulations on the Japanese holiday. Tell us about like how did Japan sees the value in startups? You interact a lot with the startups. You interact a lot with the VCs and the business angels. What do you personally think? What did you pick from our survey? And what do you think? Startups, what impact what role do they play in our society nowadays?
Oh yeah, thanks Anna. Thanks everybody for actually great pitches today. Congratulations to all. We have actually our cabinet office of Japan has announced that we selected 8 different startup ecosystems from Hokkaido, Tohoku area, north part of Japan, and also Tokyo area, and also Nagoya area, central, and also Kansai region, Kobe, Osaka, Kyoto get together for building an ecosystem. And then Hiroshima and Kitakyushu, south part of Japan, and Fukuoka as the last. So we have 8 different ecosystems, and actually more than that, we have tons of ecosystems. But government is pushing and putting lots of funds, and many angels are born, and also VCs, and every week new CVCs are born in Japan, and tons of like CVCs, angels, VCs. Also, our regulation this summer will be changed. So more and more Japanese investors are looking for investing in global startups in overseas as well. And we are also welcoming many accelerators, also VCs, private equity coming from all over the world to Japan. And especially Fukuoka, where we live. And we are trying to bring many investors to Japan, Fukuoka region as well. So happy to collaborate, and also startups called government actually selected only very good startups called J startups. We try to actually our company Silicon Valley Ventures are part of the advisor. We are advisor for J startup Hokkaido, J startup Tohoku, J startup Nagoya, J startup Kansai. So we are advisor all over Japan. So happy to collaborate with everybody.
This is great, John. But what was your answer to our survey?
Oh, I actually didn't see much. I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Our survey, our poll. What did you pick? The answer. You missed it. Okay. I'll talk with you in a separate chat then. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Don't tell more. That's okay. You you will be punished, but not now. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Seamus, you are taking care from Hong Kong, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good. What impact you see startups are doing in Hong Kong? Because I read that in Southeast Asia, they create more than 38% of workplaces, and this is huge. Almost 40% of workplaces people get from startups. How is Hong Kong different, and if different, why?
That's true. I think Hong Kong is a very different dynamic. I've been primarily focused on Southeast Asia, and the startup ecosystem in Hong Kong is very much different from the Southeast Asian ecosystem. It's I would say that in terms of venture capital, a lot of it is focused primarily, or the more traditional venture capitalists are more focused in Singapore. This may be more of a generalization, but it feels like there's maybe a lot more family office money, private money in Hong Kong to support the startup ecosystem here. I think there's definitely room for improvement here, and I'm certainly trying to. I only recently arrived in Hong Kong, so I'm certainly trying to network myself and trying to understand the market a little bit better. But it's it's certainly an interesting place, and I think that's certainly one thing since moving to Asia, that it's certainly not the United States of Asia. In Southeast Asia, there's each individual market has its own regulatory setups and intricacies and political systems and dynamics that need to be addressed. And I think in terms of scaling individual companies and looking at markets, that certainly needs to be taken into consideration.
Okay, thank you. And what answer did you pick from our survey?
I actually was one of the lesser chosen ones. I think it's one of the best ways to invest in startups. They're one of the best things to invest in. I think it's an amazing thing for people to be investing in the future of our of industries and ecosystems and the future of our planet. So.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I do believe that also. Thank you, startups, for giving us opportunity to become rich and also save the planet at the same time. And Sergey, I saw you on my video. Tell us, how does Singapore sees what role does startups play, like in the whole world?
I've answered that they create new markets and new ideas, because I really believe that from the hundreds of startups I've seen, I mean, we see sometimes very unique ideas and very unique propositions, unique business models that later will be acquired either by corporates or used by corporates, or somehow they will probably change the world. In terms of geography, we all know that Singapore and Hong Kong are actually the two hubs for the startup registration. Yep. It's not exactly that the startup need to be in Singapore. For example, we've seen the startup from Myanmar. Obviously, they registered in Singapore. A lot of Australian startups also register in Singapore or raise money in Singapore, because for some countries, let's say Australia, I work with Australian startups a lot. It's really hard to raise money, harder to raise money in Australia, because of the complexity with the dividends and all other things. So taxes, so investors don't like Australia that much as they like Hong Kong or Singapore. Same goes for Thailand or Malaysia. They also register in Singapore. So if we look at all the startups in the region, probably I like how they prefer not to be focused on just one country. They are not, center on just, let's say, Thailand or Malaysia. They have to go outside. Same goes for Singapore. I mean, it's a really small country, that less than 5 million people live there. So you cannot, no startup can survive if they just establish themselves in Singapore and stay in Singapore, because they won't be profitable, most probably. Same goes to Hong Kong.
But yeah. I think Singapore resembles startup itself, really small, but with a great potential. right?
Well, if it, yeah, it is. It just depends on what industry will see, what industry will look into. But the market is definitely not enough for Singaporean market to, to cater, the startup needs, because it's really a very expensive market to be in for a startup. They have, very high overhead costs, very high. Okay, right now it's not that actual, but still, the office costs and everything. So they still need, to think outside of the country, and to think if this product will be in high demand in neighboring countries. And if we just look at the Singapore, everyone tells that Singapore is kind of golden boy of the Southeast Asia. So we should, every time, Singaporeans should remind themselves that the world outside, in Malaysia, Thailand, and everywhere, is a bit different. And the average expenses by e-commerce customers are way lower in neighboring countries, for about 8 times lower than in Singapore. So every time they need to keep this in mind. But yes, I mean, the ecosystem is very important, and in Singapore and Hong Kong, it's actually quite brilliant. There are government initiatives, there are grants that you can apply to. There is even a cyberport initiative. I haven't checked lately how it's doing in Hong Kong, but I think it was quite well. So yes, I think the startups really shape the world, and it's new products and new markets they are expanding to.
Thank you, Sergey. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts. You're welcome to interact further. And the only thing I left to say is that it was really great unicorn battle today, and I hope that many of the companies we had seen today will become unicorn. Invest in them while you are able to, because then they will be very picky in who they take money from. And we have only one battle left before the World Finals, and this battle will be in Silicon Valley. We will see top US startups there, and everybody is welcome to join us because we will be online. Stay safe, watch Unicorn Battles online. And I see you next Thursday at our Unicorn Battle in Silicon Valley. And then on May 13th, World Finals, all-day event. Wherever you are, you can log in and be with us. That was our slide for winners. Congratulations again. And Unicorn Battle in Silicon Valley. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Kate. It was a great event.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, startups. Thank you, judges, for valuable time with us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Anna, you wanna take the group picture? Yeah, let's take one picture.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Take it, John.
All right, everybody smiles.
Bye.
Everyone. 1, 2, 3. Innovation, everybody. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye,
John.
buddy.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
see you live.
See you, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.